Good morning, students. How are you today? Welcome to our English online class. Well, today we are going to talk about narrative text. Talking about narrative text, a narrative text is an imaginative story to entertain people. Okay, once more. A narrative text is an imaginative story to entertain people. Well, kind of narrative texts such as fairy tale, folk tale, fable, or legend. And then the social functions or purpose of the narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the readers with a story. The social function or the purpose of the narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the readers with a story. Well, a narrative usually consists of three parts. The first, orientation. The second, complication. And the third is resolutions. Okay, once more. A narrative usually consists of three parts. The first is orientation. Orientations. This part tells about the characters and the setting of the story. Okay, once more. Orientations. This part tells about the characters and the setting of the story. Talking about settings, example like about the place or the time. And then complications. In this part, the main character faces situations, events, or activities that arise from a problem or crisis. Okay, once more. Complications. In this part, the main character faces situations, events. The main character faces situations, events. Or activities that arise from a problem or crisis. And the third is all about resolutions. Resolutions, this part, tell how the problem is resolved. It presents the ending of the story, a happy or sad ending. Okay, once more. Resolutions, this part tells how the problem is resolved. It presents the ending of the story, a happy or sad ending. Okay, once more. A narrative usually consists of three parts. First, orientation. Second, complications. And the third is resolutions. Orientations. This part tell about the character, and the setting. This setting like time or places of the story. And then complications. In this part, the main character faces situations, events. Main character faces situation, events, or activities that arise from a problem or a crisis. Resolutions. This part tells how the problem is resolved. How the problem is resolved. It presents the ending of the story, a happy or sad ending. Well, next, about the grammatical features of narrative text are first, past tense. Example, there was a rabbit who had a best friend, a donkey. They decided to go to the field, and etc. And the second grammatical features of narrative direct speech. And then indirect speech. And then action verbs. Action verbs such as went, walked, sang, slept, drove. And then adjective. Example, beautiful, old, young, slim, fat, and many more. And the last one is adverb, such as happily, carelessly, carefully. Well, I have one video about narrative text, and the title is Timun Mas. Now you check it out.
Timun Mas. Long time ago, in the island of Java, lived a couple of farmers. They had no children, so they prayed to a monster called Buta Ijo. Buta Ijo was a ferocious and powerful monster. He granted their wish on one condition. When the children had grown up, they had sacrificed her to Buta Ijo. The farmers agreed to his condition. Several months later, the wife was pregnant. She gave birth a beautiful baby girl. They named her Timun Mas. When she was a teenager, Buta Ijo came to their house. Timun Mas was so frightened, so she ran away to hide. The farmers tell Buta Ijo Timun Mas was still a child. They asked him to postpone. Buto Ijo agreed. He promised to come again. The following year, Buto Ijo came again. But again and again, the farmers tell Buto Ijo Timun Mas was still a child. In the third time, Buto Ijo came. The parents had prepared something for him. They gave Timun Mas several bamboo needles, seeds of cucumber, dressing, and salt. Timun, take these things. What are these things? Asked Timun Mas. These are your weapons, answered the parents. Buto Ijo will chase you. He will eat you alive. So run as fast as you can. And if he will catch you, spread this to the ground. Now go. Timun Mas was so scared, so she ran as quickly as she could. When Buto Ijo arrived, when he was realized that his prey had left, so he ran to chase her. He had a sharp nose, so he knew what direction prey had left. Timun Mas was a girl. Meanwhile, Buto Ijo was a monster, so he could easily to catch her up. When he was just several steps behind, Timun Mas quickly spread the seeds of cucumber. Buto Ijo was so very thirsty, so he grabbed and ate them. When he was just several steps behind, Timun Mas threw her bamboo needles. Soon, they had turned dents into bamboo trees. Buto Ijo found it hard to pass. Meanwhile, Timun Mas ran farther. Buto Ijo chased her again. When almost he catch her, Timun Mas again and again threw her dressing. In this time, turned into a lake, Buto Ijo was busy to save himself, but Buto Ijo could overcome it and continue chasing her. Finally, when Timun Mas could almost cold, he threw her salt. Soon, the land where Buto Ijo stood turned into ocean. Timun Mas was so thankful to God and come back to her home. Okay, from the story we can take the lesson that we should keep always our promise. See you later. Thank you for your attention. Beyond the normal limit. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
After you watch the video, now you open your book, page 66, practice 1. You do your job. Okay? Page 66, practice 1. You have to analyze the generic structure from the text. Once more, you have to analyze the generic structure from the text. Okay, students, that's all about narrative text. Thank you for watching and see you next week. Bye-bye.